One pair of headphones to rule them all. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. Well, you can see from the top, it's the Haymaker all-in-one ANC headphones. And the idea is that these are not only gamer headphones, but they're ANC headphones for when you're on an airplane or traveling, and they're music headphones if you just want to enjoy your favorite music. So their intention is to have them be all-in-one. This is like the one headphone to rule them all. Does it work? Well, we'll get there. Let's start with some specs. So it's powered by a 40mm N58 hybrid metal drivers, and here's something interesting. The earpieces come out, they're just held on by magnets. You'll see why in a minute. The earpieces themselves have 3D memory foam, as does the top of the headband. And oh, you see how it's lit up? I can actually push and hold because both earpieces are actually touch panels. So now I've turned off the lighting. Obviously that does good things to battery life. Now, inside of this is the DIRAC 7.1 surround sound system, but you can only use that on PCs if you download their free DIRAC driver. And then you'll be able to use these wired, not wireless, and get that full 7.1. Now, the LEDs themselves, I'll turn it back on, offers you, if it turns on, there we go, it offers you 8 different colors. And as I'm changing colors, it's also changing colors on the headband. Pretty cool, huh? And as you saw, you can also turn them off. I leave them on because why not, right? So there are different kinds of ear pads, and in the box, we'll look in a second, there's a second set of ear pads. Very interesting idea. The controls are touch sensitive. The right earpiece is for lighting. The left earpiece is for control of your music or a phone call. So pause, play, next track, previous track, hang up on someone, all that fun stuff. Dual noise canceling microphones, dual mode ANC, and the ANC is controlled. There's a switch on the side, so you can actually turn it off, which is what I just did, and then there's a middle switch which gives you music but not ANC, and then the top position gives you ANC. That's the only control other than the touch controls on the 2 earpieces. And here's the thing I noticed with these that was a little bit more than normal, is that if you just have it on music, then it's a brighter, richer sound. But when you turn on ANC, it drops the volume down a little bit and everything feels just a tiny bit more muted. So if you're in an environment like on an airplane or a train where there's a lot of ambient noise, then that's not going to be such a big deal. But if you're in a quiet environment, then I would suggest try not using that ANC and see if you like that sound better. Now, but either through Bluetooth or through one of the connected and included wires, this is compatible with PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PC, Mac, and mobile devices. I have been listening to it with my iPhone 13 Pro wirelessly because it has Bluetooth 5.0 and it supports aptX HD, aptX Adaptive, and AAC. So really, in the world of Bluetooth, that covers all the good codecs and encoding systems. Battery-wise, well, with the lights on, not so much, but generally speaking, you can get 30 hours out of a charge. How do you charge it? There is a USB port that is hidden behind a little sort of water-resistant cover, and you plug it in, you charge it, and that's easy enough, right? And I'll show you in just a second all the cables it comes with. There's a lot of stuff in that box. And then on the left side, there's a 3.5mm audio jack, so that actually works fine too. So let me show you what's in the box, and then I'll give you a little bit of a voice sample, because the one thing that it doesn't do, which you see on so many gamer headphones, is it doesn't have a little microphone that actually sticks in front of your mouth. So then the question becomes, well, how does it work with voice? We'll get there and I'll show you. But first, so here we have 3.5mm to 3.5mm. It's a very nice braided cable. And then we have our USB-A to USB-C charging cable, obviously important. And then we have this is fairly big. This is the actual cable you would plug in so you could use it with a PC or with various gaming systems. And this has a pretty fancy inline controller, but most importantly on the end is a USB-A connection. So If you want to use this for your PC and you want to get the maximum you can out of it, even if you don't want to install their driver, you can still use it straight out of the box, and then this is going to be how you're going to want to connect it. And this control gives you all the usual volume up, volume down, pause, play, and all of that, because you can't use the earpieces because now you're plugged in. So all of that's included with this pretty heavy duty travel case. And there's also a carabiner in case, I don't know, you want to clip this whole thing to your backpack. And then there's another pair of ear pads, which is interesting. Now, in some documentation, I've seen some mention that some are more tuned for gaming and others are tuned for just music. But when I swapped them back and forth, I couldn't really hear any difference. So maybe that's just my ears. Maybe there are subtle differences, but I like to just think of it as if these get, tired on my ears, then I can always switch out. And they are different fabrics. This is more of a regular fabric, and this is more of sort of a mock leather. So that might be the biggest difference. And so then you can just switch based on comfort. And as I showed you, it's just a magnet. It's super easy to put these on or off. And then because it's a magnet, it's in the right place. So all of that looks good. The case itself is a big, heavy case. I am not a fan of these sort of cases. I find them to be rather clumsy, but if you want to travel with this and you want to make sure it survives and gets to the other end intact, this is exactly how you're going to want to transport it, which leaves us to a demo. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have these on, and I'm going to go ahead and go into my voice recorder. Let's see if I can get there. And then, so what you're going to hear is you're going to hear me switch from this microphone clip to my shirt to this microphone. So now I'm talking and you're hearing the audio pickup from the Haymaker headphones. And remember, this takes advantage of dual noise canceling microphones. And hopefully it sounds really good, even without that boom microphone sitting in front of my mouth. So there's your demo. Let me stop this. And so there's a lot to like here. The sound, I really think they've done a very good job with sound reproduction. It's a very listenable sound. So those are lots and lots of positives. Got a couple of negatives too. The first one is that they're not super comfortable for long periods of time. This whole style just has a tendency to feel a little bit like it's squishing on your head. That goes away with time as they loosen up a little bit, but know when you're pulling them out of the box, you might feel that they're a little bit tighter than you prefer. And the second thing, and this is a nuance, is that the style and the amount of plastic that they've used, I mean, I know that it's like a carbon fiber finish, but they feel a little plasticky for the price point that they're selling them at. So if you're very sensitive to that, then that's something you'll want to know. So sound-wise, really enjoy it. Big sound stage. I have music coming out of my headphones. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. That's what's going on. And they have a nice clean sound. Like I said, I preferred the sound with ANC off than with ANC on, but I listened to these in some noisy environments and you could really just tune everything out and just listen to your music, and that's always a great thing. And of course, that's a testament to really good ANC. I have not had a chance to try these on an airplane. I wish I was flying to Bora Bora right now. I'm not, so it goes. But there's lots to like about these. And of course, the whole light up thing is really fun, but they are fairly spendy. So speaking of which, let's talk about that price. But before we get to the price, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Click or a tap on that subscribe button and we're connected. How easy is that? Cool. This is the Haymaker all-in-one ANC headphones, and they are $329.95 at Amazon.com. Now, $329 is a premium price to pay for either gamer headphones or music headphones. So do they feel like $329 headphones? Not exactly, not to me. I think that the company might be a little bit on the high end with their pricing, but if you can pick them up and you can afford them, or if you keep your eye out for a discount or promo, then they are really pretty neat. And I really like the idea that I can turn off this fancy disco lighting And now they just look like regular old headphones and no one would know, and they're just good ANC headphones. But if I want to use them in a gaming environment, I can plug them into my PC and rock and roll. All good. So that's everything I got for you. Hope this was helpful, and I'll catch you in my next video.